Hey, how are you? And welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about first time setup at your first campground. Let's get into it. Hi, how are you? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about first time park setup. You've got your rig, you've got it back to the house, you got everything packed up, you've done your pre-delivery inspections done, you got the RV at your house, you've got it all packed up for the weekend, the kids are loaded, the wife is loaded, everybody's ready to go, and we're heading to the park. Going to your first park can be a wild experience. It can be a bit scary because a lot of times you just don't know what you're getting into. So here's some tips and tricks that'll help you become comfortable with that park even before you get to it. Number one, research that park. We're in the land of the internet, we're in the land of Google. Go on to Google Maps, go on to Google Reviews, look for the specific info about the park. See if it's big rig friendly. See what it looks like from Google Earth. See if there's lots of trees. A lot of the RV parks websites have maps of the park. A lot of RV apps will have pictures that people have taken of the park that's going to show the pictures of the sites, the pictures of the roads, the pictures of the trees, everything that will help you out before you get to the park. So you're not getting into it blind, and it'll take away a lot of the stress of not knowing before you get there. Number two, for your first RV camping trip, only bring the accessories that you absolutely need. I know that sounds like, well, what do I need? You'll learn a little bit more as you go once you figure out what style of camping you're into, of what accessories you need and what accessories you don't need. You can pile a ton of stuff into a camper, especially when you're dealing with a family where you've got, the lawn chairs and the rugs and the toys for the kids and all the things that keep them happy and occupied. So you have those things that you just pile into that rig, and all of a sudden you have no space for anything else, and you're like, why am I bringing all this stuff? You learn with experience of what you need and what you don't need. So yes, it's easy for me to say, rub the crystal ball and figure out what you need, but kind of take a look at it before you pile it all into the trailer or the RV, and think to yourself, okay, do I really need this? And also look at how long you're going to be there. If you're not going to be there that long, there's probably a few things you can strike off the list and not have to worry about bringing it. Number three, when you get to the park, take your time in that park. Drive slow, take corners slow, and park slow. One of the biggest, I guess I'll say, jokes out there, and everybody makes it, is like, oh, we want to sit around and have a drink and watch all the people park their trailers. It is a thing. People will stand around and watch people park their trailers. You need to focus on what you're doing. Don't allow people to interrupt what you're doing. Take your time and get parked. Once you're parked and you're happy with the way everything is, then the neighbors can pop over and say hi, or you can say hi to the neighbors. Try to avoid letting people into your bubble while you and your spouse or whatever, if you're by yourself, while you're parking your rig, because you need to focus on that stuff. You don't need distraction. Number four, if you do have somebody with you, use them as a guide. I'm not saying that you need to have a giant array of hand signals and walkie-talkies and all this kind of stuff. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people, that works for them. Sometimes just having a person stand at the back of the site just to watch and yell if you're going to back into something will work in your favor. If you want to develop a ground guide type hand signals or walkie-talkies or whatever you want, you can do that. You will develop that with experience with traveling with someone. One of the scariest things about a park is there's lots of blind corners, there's kids running around, there's golf carts moving around, there's e-bikes everywhere. It's like there's a lot of moving parts going on at a campground, and it can be kind of scary when you're backing up because you're wondering, okay, who's running behind my trailer, or that kid on his bike, and it can be a bit scary. The biggest thing when you're in a park, and this is what we do, and we just learned this from experience, is when we pull into a park, We turn the radio off in the truck. We turn the AC off in the truck. We have the windows open so we can hear things. And we're 100% hyper-focused on moving in that park. And we have our heads on a swivel. That would be my number one tip for safety going to the park for the first time. And you know, if you and your spouse or the kids are having a great big conversation out on the highway and you pull into that park, well, you know what, just put that conversation to rest for now. Once you get all set up, then you can have that conversation again, but focus on what you're doing. Okay, so that's a quick top 5 first park setup tips from me. Once again, I'm Dave, and this is the Freedom 48 YouTube channel. Wow, my mouth is not working today. Hopefully you got some tips out of that. Hopefully it'll help you with your RVing journey, and who knows, maybe we'll see you down the road. Talk to you later. Cheers.